Hi, lovelies, and welcome back to another unsolicited episode of Perspective Unfiltered. You guys heard me correctly. You guys heard me correctly. Like, yes, this is PU speaking, Perspective Unfiltered speaking. And I'm so excited. And I don't know, I'm just very excited to be recording because this is one of my biggest struggles. Before I continue on that, yo, can you see my makeup look? I think we should at least give it a round of applause because I'm not kidding you guys when I feel like I'm going to be rating the look a 7 over 10. Why not a 10 over 10? Because I don't think I completely got the bleached eyebrows, in completely do. But you guys, you all, if you see me, be like, okay, yeah, you know the concept that she was trying to do a bleached eyebrow look. And so far, if you can get the concept, then yes, I'm giving myself an automatic 5 over 10. And for the efforts and everything, I'll be giving myself a 7. I'll probably be doing it next time and I'll be doing it better. So genuinely, yes, I am so, so, so happy to be to be speaking to you guys, to be speaking it's a dream come true, actually, to be speaking to you guys. And the reason why I didn't start it earlier is because of the struggles, the constant change of environment and the not so conducive environment. So that's one of the main reasons why I haven't been able to actually, record in a or record, give you guys a video. But inshallah, I think this is the beginning of videos, and trust me, we are not stopping. We're going to keep releasing videos for you guys. Yeah. Are you excited? Because I am. I'm actually really excited. May Almighty Allah put baraka in everything everything you do, everything I do. So literally today has been quite stressful. Yeah. My week has been quite very it has been reflective. I've not been the most excited, but the week has been really good. And you guys, I'm resuming school very soon. I can't. What do you mean I'm resuming school very soon? I'll literally resume school very soon, but yeah, that's not be the most it's the most exciting week, but it has been very good. I've been eating well. I've been trying to cut down on calories. Because I'm like, girl, I think you're really starting to add weight, but probably just in my head still. And another information for you all. I think one thing I also inspired my look for today, this blonde brows I'm doing it because I'm actually ginger. Do you understand? Do you understand when I say I'm ginger? Do you guys understand? Yeah. I first told you guys I took a very bold decision by actually cutting my hair. Now the next bold decision I did was to actually dye my hair ginger. Yes. So I think ginger blonde kind of bam. I think that's another thing that actually got me, that got me here. Yeah. And I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. Okay, and I hope you guys been fine though. And what again has been about my week? I finished Homeland. Yeah, I finally finished Homeland. Then what again did I do? I started Blacklist. So far, so it has been so far it has been going very well and I'm enjoying it. So far nothing really much to say about my okay, so basically there's really not much to say about my movie life right now. You all have been talking for almost 10 minutes straight and I realized that girl, you were not recording. So I think we're just gonna continue, right? So basically today's topic, as you guys have seen already, is when respect feels like pressure. I think most of my topics that I pick are very personal to me. They are something that I reflect on. I'm like, okay, yeah, and this one is really, really, really personal to me because I've been getting a lot of hiccups, hiccups in the sense that okay, I think this is people pleasing, but is it not respect? That kind of hiccup. So growing up in an African household, one thing we actually taught very early is respect. Yo, I have my, if you see why are you looking down, I have this here right here. So one thing they were taught very early is respect. But lately, I've been asking myself, is everything I call respect actually respect, or is it just people pleasing? People pleasing, generally, I think I've addressed it in a particular episode. People pleasing is manipulation. Yeah. You're not a victim because you know what you are doing. You want to say no, but you're saying yes. You're actually manipulating the person to think that you are somebody which you are not. So basically, it's a manipulation. There's a whole scheme about it. I'll probably be pasting my article under this for you. You all should go and read. You all should go and read it. Yeah. So this is something I have experienced, and this is the reason why I'm even talking about it, because I was like, okay, is this people pleasing or is it respect? Like in a African household, you can barely say no. Like the no, I'm even saying, okay, you all should, okay, if you want to like try to stop people pleasing, you have to say no. And before I forget, one video I really want you to watch, or anybody listening right now to watch, if you're dealing with people pleasing or you just want to know about it, this Shetty and Robbins pod. Yeah, I'll be pasting here so you guys can go and listen to it. I've checked everywhere on my socials. I've always been talking about this particular episode, because I really learned a lot from it as somebody that is a recovering people pleaser. Basically, some of the things we are taught in an African household is like, number one, don't talk back. Like, talk about beard. Like, you had the audacity. You're so audacious to talk back in an African home. Nah, I feel like it's not just like, nah. So another one is just do as you are told. Like, just do as you are told. That's something that if an elder asks you to do something, you can't just do anything that you feel like doing. You genuinely have to do what they ask you to do. If you don't, then you probably have to be like, okay, is there a reason? Is there a reason why you can't do what she asks you to? You know, you have to ask the question, that kind of thing. And another one is elders are always right. And as I grow older, this is something I believed, and I think this is something most of us believed growing up. But as I grew up, like, no, elders are not always right. They're also human beings. They also grew like us, and they're also doing life for the first time. And something that I genuinely had to like learn and be like, oh no, oh no, like no, elders are not like, they are not above mistakes, and they are not always right. So another one is being praised for being patient or obedient. Genuinely, I think when you are this, on my like one, that's someone that is very stubborn. Sorry, I'm saying Yoruba. Like one means someone that is very stubborn, but like da. Ó kí ń pariwo púpọ̀. Tó bá sọ pé kó lọ ṣe nǹkan, ó ti máa ṣe fast. And genuinely, this is something that I have experienced almost throughout my childhood. I experienced it throughout my child, like, and because you have heard this is the ideal child, okay, this is an ideal child is meant to do. It's to get to a point that that's what you also want to do. Okay, you'll be like, okay, this is the ideal thing to do. We necessarily know. Something I've learned, and also something I've also relearned and I've continued learning about, is that children are different. So we might have a particular child or a particular individual who is more quiet and doesn't like stress, will just do things like me. And we have others who are not like that. Like, what you ask them not to do, they will go and do it. And that just makes us human. That just makes us people with different personalities. So basically, when you have a sibling that is always doing everything right, no stress, book, marker, where you, everything, that's nice. But like, when you have the other, you're like, where did you come from and everything? But like, that's just a different personality, and there is always a way to work around it. And also, when you're also seen as a child who doesn't question anything, and I feel like this is a hard pill to swallow actually, but like some parents bully their children. Yes. Some parents bully their children. And when I say bully, in the sense that, as I said earlier, parents are also doing life for the first time, and they are not above mistakes because they are humans. So basically, they bully. They think that, oh, probably they are correcting the child. But like when a child is so scared of you that they can't talk, or any chance you get, you probably hit them or you say abusive words to them and everything, it really affects them. And genuinely, I grew up for I like talking about my experience because that's one thing that prompted me to start this podcast. I had a very beautiful childhood. Like, I did, but they were not so good moments. And basically, one thing I will always mention is that your childhood basically forms who you have. Like they form almost, I don't know the percentage, I don't want to say, but I know they form a major part of your life. Like that's why some people are very traumatized. Yes, I don't know, when you're a child is the like most important part of your life. Like it's very important because if you have traumas, it's really going to affect you so much. Like it will literally seep into your subconscious, and then you'll be like, okay, this is the reason why will probably be the reason why you think a particular way, why your mindset is a particular way, or how you do things and everything. Basically shapes how you like see yourself and everything. I always say also that a child is born a clean slate. It's the environment, what he hears, what he sees, the things speaking said to him, what he says, how those minor things are the ones that are actually going to like affect and probably, be the child's way to think about things. So basically, how does this things I said, which is what we're taught as a child, especially in an African household, how has it shaped us? So I feel like always agreeing, even when it's very uncomfortable. I have done it. I just agree that okay, because it feels like you don't have an option with them, so you just agree. At the end of the day, what can I do? That kind of situation. Another one is struggling to say no, and genuinely, I always say people pleasing is a bit is manipulation. And when you feel like you have to please somebody and that is not putting yourself first and trying to um help somebody or please somebody at the detriment of yourself. Yeah, literally at the detriment of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're coming back to yourself. If you're saying something outside, is your inner. It's basically you're coming back to yourself in the sense that you're going to be with yourself. Like in you, if you're saying yes outside and you actually mean no, it's still you that's going to affect. Nobody else is. It's not going to affect me. It's not going to affect me. So yeah, struggling to say no. Another one is feeling guilty for having opinions. Like, okay, why would this thing want to do this one? Why would this thing want to do that one? Another one is avoiding conflict at all cost. Yeah, basically just want to try to. I don't even want drama and everything. And sometimes dramas are needed because dramas sometimes will get you what you want. Yeah, so as I was listing all these things out, I realized that where to my previous episode is actually a perfect example. So basically, I interviewed a doctor. Yeah, if you all have not checked this out, you can check it out on Spotify or Apple Pod. We don't have a video for it yet. Yeah, but don't worry. So basically, I interviewed somebody, and literally when and the doctor around, the first thing he said to me, like I already had my whole plan, like all questions script out already, and I was like, oh, what prompted you to be a doctor? And I was like, I didn't want to be a doctor. Like, it literally changed everything I was going to ask him. And I was very shocked. And that was a very real conversation, which I really loved. But like, I was shocked. Like, he didn't want to be a doctor. Then, okay, so like his parents forced him to be a doctor. And he didn't want it at all. But he had to do it. And like, he was literally pleasing his parents or his father or anybody. He was literally pleasing them at the detriment of his own self because he doesn't enjoy what he's doing. Not shade to anybody though, but like genuinely, I feel I believe in a little selfishness. So I'm always saying be a little selfish for your own peace, but not at the detriment of another person. If you can help, help. But sometimes you need to be a little bit selfish, and that is saying no when you mean no, and saying yes when you mean yes. So imagine if he had said, no, I do not want to be a medical doctor. I want to study. I want to be in another line of profession and everything. Probably things will be more different. And even though he's a very successful person in his field, it can't be like when you actually do something that you're very passionate about. Yeah. There's a difference between respect and people pleasing. So I'll be telling you some of the differences. Respect is honoring people. Honoring people is just like saying that, oh, okay, giving like everybody, no matter either you're younger or you're older, everybody's entitled to mutual respect, to a certain amount of respect, even to your child. And it's something I actually understood growing up. So basically, as you are, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter, I don't know, I really don't care right now, but like, no matter, you deserve an amount of respect. Yeah. So respect is just honoring a person. It's just diligence. So that's just respect. Not because of status, money, regardless of any of that. There should be a particular respect given to somebody because, oh, you're a pair, we are a pair. Like pair in the sense that, oh, we are human beings, so let's treat each other. That's honoring the person, respecting them. Another way to define respect is actually speaking with kindness. So yeah, respect is basically speaking with kindness also. Just speaking with kindness, as I said, mutual respect. You just need to speak with kindness, honor that person. Even in the Quran, it said already that we should honor our brothers and sisters and we should respect them and speak with kindness. Even if you're even praying, you're doing everything you're meant to be doing, but like what comes out of your mouth or your behavior, your actions still shows otherwise, then no, it's not accepted. So basically, speak with kindness and also value others. I think that the three things about respect: value them, speak with kindness, and honoring people. You just have this, oh, I respect you, not like I must, like, you know, we are not dictatorship. Yeah, kind of thing. So just like respecting them. Yeah. So people pleasing on the other side is the fear of disapproval. You're literally trying to please particular person that, oh, I don't want to say no. If I say no, you probably not like me. I want him to like me and everything. I wrote a whole article about this and I'm like, no. Say that no if you mean no. I remember you. I'm not proud to say it on here or even on camera at all. But like, I remember being in secondary school and there was a particular girl. I wanted her to be my friend so bad. Like, I wanted her to be my friend so bad. I started crying. Like, and they would ask me like that day, if you ask me now, Mariam, why are you crying? And I'm like, I want her to be my friend. Like, can you imagine? Like, I didn't have any problem in my own life not to be crying because I also want to be my own friend. Like, oh my god. Crazy. But like, those times though, but like, yeah. So people pleasing, no. Yeah, afraid of disapproval. They're trying to make someone like you. So, and that's not really you. Yeah, you're trying to make somebody like you, but that's not really you because you're trying to make someone like you, but that's not you, so they can't like you. And yes, another one is losing your voice. That's also another definition of people pleasing. You're going to lose your voice. You're always trying to follow other people. You're trying to fulfill other people's expectation of you. Other people's expectation of you are just their expectations. It's none of your business. So like mind your actual business by actually focusing on you. It's none of your business. Like, the expectation is their expectation. It's not you. And I always say something when you feel the need to actually like people please and they're like, okay, if I say no, but if I say no now, if I say yes now and I want to actually say no, will this person actually would this person actually feel somehow that I'm saying no because I want to focus on myself? Let me tell you something. If somebody really, let me tell you guys something. If somebody actually genuinely loves you and cherishes you and sees you as somebody that is very important, they would never, they will never ever ever let you feel down, or they will never ever let you not partake in your what you want to do. They can never say that to you, literally. they can never say that to you. They will always say, oh, okay, you want to do this. They will always respect you. So basically, people pleasing, there's literally no respect there. The person either does not respect you to be telling you to do things like that. And, you know, I always say a story about people pleasing, about my people pleasing experience. I think that was when I was there. I already started this podcast, and I probably already even did an episode on people pleasing. Whether I people please, I was in it. I just when I was like, people pleasing. And what happened that day? The scenario was that I was with my hands, and basically I had two sunscreens. Yeah, I literally had two sunscreens. And the reason why I had two sunscreen was because the other one was about to finish, so I had the other one as a replacement for in case it finishes. Then she saw it. I think she was complaining about her sunscreen. Then she saw it and was like, oh, okay, this your sunscreen is actually also very nice. I think I want something like this. And I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And she saw the two sunscreens. I was like, oh, can she have one? She would like give me the money to get another one. And the remaining sunscreen, the bottle I was actually using was really little. And the appropriate thing would be like, oh, okay, can I actually get it for you? This one I have here, the extra I have here, I actually want to use it. As I was saying, literally, people pleasing is not meant to feel like pressure. It's not meant to feel like pressure at all. And I do you know what this girl said? Sorry, I mistook what I'm saying. Do you know what I said? I said, you can have it. When I knew that my boss was done, and literally she gave me the money though, but like I had no sunscreen for like 2-3 days, and I was literally so bad. Literally, if I already said that, oh, okay, I want to actually like use the sunscreen there, can I get you another one? If she had like felt somehow about it, then you actually know the people you're meant to keep around you and people you're not meant to keep around you. Like that's just a scenario that people that are for you will be like, oh, okay, no problem. Then I'll get another one. So someone that wants to like, I don't know, doesn't respect you, to respect your decision. And people pleasing is actually going to lead to resentment. You, I don't know, beating yourself up for things that are not even worth it. So and also emotional exhaustion. And as I always say, prioritize your peace over chaos every day, any day. Actually, that's when you know people that are for you, because she's meant to like respect your opinion or your choice enough to like, okay, yeah. So another one is respect is actually a choice. People pleasing feels like pressure. Respect is a choice. People pleasing literally feels like pressure. And people pleasing is actually going to lead to resentment. You, I don't know, beating yourself up for things that are not even worth it. So and also emotional exhaustion. And as I always say, prioritize your peace over chaos every day, any day. Another thing about people pleasing is that it can lead to confusion about your identity. Yeah, it can literally lead to confusion about your identity because you don't know who you are. And that's why I said people pleasing is manipulation. And I'll urge you, when you mean no, you say no. And when you mean yes, you can say yes. And genuinely, I know it's not always so black and white. There can always be grays there. And when I mean grays, I mean it may not be as easy as saying yes or saying no. And that's when you actually come in to like know what to do. Yeah. And also, I think one thing I also want to discuss is the enmeshment feeling. Yeah, the enmeshment. And I think enmeshment is when you have a relationship with somebody, a personal relationship with somebody that basically is like you're always trying to please the person, and literally it's not the best. To be very honest, it's not the best. I was reading a particular article which I'm also going to be pasting in the description, where the girl didn't feel or feels like her and her mother are not close. Where the girl was with her mother and it was not the best, and she was like, okay, maybe there is not actually meant to be a relationship. So basically, enmeshment is when there's a relationship when you feel like you constantly have to please the person to like you, or no, it isn't. And Yeah, I think we're coming to the end of today's episode. So, basically, as usual, I'm not saying I've perfected or I'm completely, I don't even people please one bit. Sometimes I do. I think that's normal, that's fine, and that's iman. But what it is I'm doing is that I'm learning that having a voice doesn't automatically mean being disrespectful. Yeah, having a voice does not mean automatically being disrespectful. You can set your boundaries even in an African home, and when you start to set your boundaries is when they actually start to take you serious, because then you know, actually know what you want, and that's what you're setting for. Oh, this is what I want, and this is how I want to be addressed. This is how you know you, so nobody can try to trample on you. Yeah. So basically, it's having a voice and, staying on your foot, setting boundaries, and you don't have to set boundaries harshly, probably insulting or anything. You can set boundaries calmly and you be like, oh, and softly, oh, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. And, when you set boundaries, you can't just set boundaries and set boundaries for boundaries. You stick by it. You literally stick by it. I've been there. So another one is speaking up respectfully, especially in the African. So basically, I'm just trying to say we should try to speak up respectfully. You can, and if you speak up respectfully and you still get, shaded, especially in an African home, then I feel like then that just shows you what type of person the person is and how you can maneuver your way around it. And lastly is choosing honesty over silence. And silence is something I have really worked with. And if anybody asked me when I was silent about a particular issue, was 2023, and by the way, 2023 is my worst year ever. But like that doesn't mean that silence doesn't work. Silence do work, but try to pick honesty over silence. And it all starts with knowing you and what is best for you, and choosing what is best for you in the chaos, in the peace, and everything. Yeah. And according to faith, I like to wrap everything with faith and sunnah. I'm saying you should be respectful even to your parents. The Quran has said it. No matter what, even your Jannah lies at the feet of your mother. So no matter what, no matter how angry you can get, or no matter how annoying they can be, still try to be respectful. It can never be as easy as I'm saying it, but there's always a way around it. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, today's first visual episode or perspective on Unfiltered. I really hope you guys did, because I did. Yeah, I really did. And you all should please try to write in your dilemmas. And also, this is my perspective. If you have anything to share or comment, I am more than willing to hear you guys out. Like, let's have a discussion. Let's throw it in there. Yeah. So thank you all for listening. Once again, it's your host Abdisola, and I'm clocking out. Bye.